Now, it is a year since Grimsby launched the country's first local TV channel. Another 11 have started broadcasting in the last 12 months, championed by the government. The channels use licence fee money and advertising revenue to provide a more local service to viewers. Estuary is aiming at viewers in North Lincolnshire and East Yorkshire, and its own survey says that 8,400 homes are now watching it daily. Joe Makel has this report.
One year on, and staff at Estuary say they feel proud of what they've achieved. They acknowledge local TV has had its doubters.
Local TV has been slated, I think. There are a lot of people who don't think that people want it, but we know from audience feedback that they like what we do. They want to hear what's happening in their community. They like to see the people and the places. And they get a real sense that, you know, it's their channel.
It's based in Grimsby, which already had experience of local TV through Estuary's forerunner, Channel 7, which broadcast on cable. But the government scheme, which gave local TV stations licence fee money, enabled them to broadcast their offering of news, sport and other programmes on Freeview.
I've looked at it a couple of times, but it's not the channel I immediately flick to.
I think it's a good idea, but you need to get the publicity out there.
Never heard of it.
I used to watch it when it was Channel 7. I've not watched it so much when it's been Estuary TV itself, although I know a lot of the content on there is quite local and it is interesting.
Estuary was the first of 12 channels that have been launched in the last year. It's not always been smooth running. London and Birmingham have run into problems, but industry experts say local TV can work.
Nobody is going to become a millionaire on the back of local TV, but if you go into it with your eyes open and you engage properly with the local community, local universities and other education organisations, then you can make a really decent fist of it and build a sustainable business model.
Estuary says it now needs to attract more local advertising so it can build on what it's offering. Joe Makel, BBC Look North, Grimsby.
Well, I spoke to the media commentator and presenter Steve Hewlett and asked him whether Estuary TV has been a success.
I think it has, yes. I mean, the picture with local TV across the piece, a lot of people were very, very sceptical about the whole thing. And as we speak, 12 are on air. Others are coming on stream in the next number of months. It hasn't been plain sailing for all of them, and some indeed, one in Birmingham hasn't appeared at all. But it is at least happening. How sustainable it is in the long term, I have to say the jury remains firmly out.
I mean, not a good time to enter the market, and we've just heard, they've got to sell advertising, and they're struggling with that.
Well, look, as you say, it's a tough time in the market. TV is not cheap to make, even when it's done at that local level. I mean, but look, there's a whole range of different business models here. Some, like London, are regarded as kind of full-on, commercial operations. But even they've had to go back to Ofcom, the regulator, and ask them to reduce the programming commitments that they'd promised when they won the contract in the first place. So, but there's a whole range of different things. Some are based around universities, some are based around community groups, others are setting out to be fully commercial. So, look, in one sense, I mean, let a thousand flowers bloom. Is there demand for this content? I think unquestionably there is. Is it commercially sustainable? As I say, that's not an issue, strictly speaking, for all the potential, for all the licensees. But for those where it is, the jury is well and truly out.
And in a word, will it survive?
In some places, I think almost certainly yes. I must say there is clear demand for local news and information, and TV is a great way of doing it. Some of them will establish themselves as kind of local brands, which I'm sure will survive. Others may not.
Steve, very good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.
And of course, happy birthday to Estuary TV. Now, let's have a recap of the main national and regional headlines. Two British